You've been training hard, eating right, but you're still not building muscle. So what gives? Well, you're probably making one of these 5 mistakes, but I do have solutions for you, so stick around. Mistake number 1 is you're not training hard enough. You're leaving too much in the tank when it comes to your rep ranges, when it comes to your intensity. Once you have your technique down to a T, be confident in yourself to progress that movement, to become closer to failure, and really challenge yourself in every set you do. For example, if you're trying to train your legs or grow your legs, are you leaving too much in the tank when it comes to them final few reps? Training 1 to 3 RIR, reps in reserve, can really help push that intensity and growth that you need to further push and progress your muscle. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's almost like you're forcing your body to adapt to that movement, to adapt to that rep range, to adapt to that weight. Give it a reason to grow, right? So the solution for that is train 1 to 3 reps in reserve, train close to failure, and train with some damn good intensity. Mistake number 2 is you're forgetting to actually have protein in your diet. When we're on the bid to build muscle, we need protein. They're the building blocks of building muscle. And yes, it can be difficult to get a copious amount of protein in. Myself, I have around 200 grams per day. Clients of mine have between 1.2 and 1.6 grams per kilo at least if they want to build muscle and strength and size and big juicy pins for legs. But you get my point. Stop slacking on your protein. Double up your sources and get them from lean meats or lean alternatives as well if you're a vegetarian or vegan. Some great sources that can really pump up your volume in protein is chicken breast, minced beef 5%, just to save them calories a little bit. Whey protein powder, the most easiest and convenient source of protein you can get. Eggs, lean fish, tofu, or any soya alternatives that are not too much calories. Peanut butter is not a valid source of protein. Yes, it has protein in, but it has a tremendous amount of fat as well, which is not a bad thing, but if you're trying to increase your protein target, maybe spare on the peanut butter a little bit. I have no idea how this became a fitness food, but here we are. Mistake number 3 is your sleep just absolutely sucks. Like, I see you doom scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, even on YouTube. I hope you're not watching this at 12 a.m. That'll be really awkward. If so, turn it off and watch it tomorrow. Like, if we had a supplement that can promote better growth, less stress, better overall health, cognitive function, brain function, mood, testosterone, sex drive. If we had a supplement in which will boost all of them things, we would buy it straight away, right? That is sleep as a whole. Getting more sleep can really help overall health tremendously. Go to bed an hour earlier per night. You'd be surprised on how better it makes you feel the next day. And there's even certain studies to suggest that lower sleep can actually lower muscle building and even degrade muscle tissue as well. This is your sign to get more bloody sleep. Mistake number 4 is you spend too much time doing isolation movements. Listen, we only have a definitive time to work out in our week. There's only so much we can do in terms of isolation. For example, if you spend all your time doing lat pull downs, seated cable rows to develop a nice thick chunky back, why not have some more compound movements in there, such as a bent over row, a deadlift, even a pendlay row. Fantastic movement for a thick, explosive, chunky back. Same with the legs. Adding things in like leg presses, hack squats, pendulum squats, back squats, front squats, lunges, Bulgarian split squats, the list goes on. If you want big legs, for example, instead of isolating them doing leg extensions, leg curls, which are also a very valid exercise to do later on in your workout, add some big compound movements in there. These are multi-jointed movements that work more than one muscle at a time. Therefore, if you're trying to go for growth, a very good option to do. A very good example in terms of programming is to have one main compound at the beginning, for example, a deadlift, followed by accessory movements or isolation movements, such as lat pull downs, seated cable rows, dumbbell rows, etc. Should you have more time in your day, then maybe adding another compound movement in there. However, this can get very energy expensive and you'll just end your workout completely destroyed. I actually really like the addition of like chest dips, pull-ups, even weighted variations of their movements can be a very good addition to any program, I think. And mistake number 5 is simply not progressing, not having any progressive overload at all in your program. What gives? If you're stuck lifting the same weight week in, week out, then I'm gonna ask you the question on if it's week 1 of your program, are you lifting too much too early? The goal and plan is to progress into your program. Don't start week 1 by lifting the most possible weight. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to add progressions more weeks in advance. Do yourself or your future self a favor on week 1, for example, and start like an RP6, maybe a few reps in reserve. The next week after that, scale up a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I've done a video on how to design your own gym program, and which with everything like this in it. So definitely go and check it out. It's very useful if you're self-coached or you want to know a bit more about programming, or if you're just curious. Hell, everyone is, right? But realizing also that progressive overload doesn't always mean weight. You can progressive overload your rep ranges. You can add another set in there to increase your volume. For example, if you do 100 kilos on 1 week for a set of 5 for 4 sets, maybe adding another set onto that, or even 1 or 2 more reps on top of the rep ranges. These micro adjustments will make all the difference in later weeks when you want to progress. Now, if you currently make any of those mistakes, then simply go off and improve where you can. Otherwise, if you have any other mistakes that you've made or you've just noticed day-to-day in the gym, drop a comment below. Very curious to see what some mistakes you guys have. And as always, if you want any sort of programming help, design help, hit me up, comment below, or fill in the coaching form below as well in the link. And I'll see you soon.